Hey Gems, how's it going? It's Chetty. Hope everybody's doing well. Hopping on here to share with you guys why it's important that Christians don't forsake hanging out with each other. I share this with you guys because I see and I hear different people talking about how there are feel like they're bored, they're lonely, they don't have anybody to hang out with, right? But at the same time, I don't see some people putting themselves out there and meeting new people. Okay, and for me, like I think I've shared with some of you guys how I'm part of a Christian women's organization for business, not business, careers. Okay, and so I'm blessed every time I go. It's a monthly meeting. I've been going to this place for years, and I always have a great time because even though it's Christ centered about careers, we're able to encourage each other in whatever's going on in our careers, our jobs, businesses, whatever decisions they have to make. We'll talk it out with each other, we'll pray for each other. But we also have, like girl time with each other. Like we'll just share as we've grown with each other, we've learned to be trustworthy of each other and value each other's opinions. And not get too I don't know, like judgmental or controlling about anybody's situation or their lives, right? And so, with everything that's going on with the world and these wars and all this stuff going on, it's more imperative that the body of Christ starts to hang out with each other and not forsake hanging out with each other. And like my group, we're different denominations. And so at first, some Christians can be like, not part of my denomination. I can't rock with that. But keep yourself open. Like I said, we have women of different denominations and different nationalities, and just awesome to hear how God brought them out of places, dark places, their journey in life, the places they've been to, how God has worked in their country where they came from, in their lives. Period. It's always fun when I'm hanging out with these girls, always. And so I want that for everybody. I want everybody to put yourselves out there. It can be scary sometimes to meet new people, but it's the reward is going to be amazing, guys. You guys are not going to regret it. Just use wisdom, and don't go picking up a local from the street or whatever or anything like that. But start look into groups to connect with, even if it's another church that you don't go to. See what kind of events they have. I know a lot of churches have events like connection groups, like to hang out or whatever events they have, young adults, singles events, whatever it is, right? Or even picnics, right? um, Keep yourself open to visiting maybe another church and meeting new people, or look into your city if there's Christian gathering events for, like, people in people who have jobs, entrepreneurs, whatever it is. But keep yourself open to meeting other people in the body of Christ, because we all have different spiritual gifts. We can bless each other. We can give each other some sound counsel. You know what I mean? If you ask of it, right, and you're open to it to receive, then that's awesome. If people are not open to it, then don't give it out. You know what I mean? So you want to use wisdom with that. But I just literally want you guys to have fun with each other, enjoy life with each other. I go out to picnics, hang out. Everybody does the classic church lunch right after work, and then I'm sorry, after church, and that's it. They don't really hang out with people until the next Sunday, if that. But try to create a fun life for yourself. During the week, connect with other people, make plans, and just have fun. You know what I mean? There's some people that just don't have any joy. They're not fun. They're unhappy. And God is fun. God is love. God is life. You have the light of God. You're called to be the salt of the earth, and you need to exude that and just share that with people. You know what I mean? And with the times that are going on right now, especially like in your neighborhood, if you don't know your neighbors, get to know your neighbors. It's a big difference when you go outside and you say hi to a neighbor, and it really does put a pep in your step. I know it does for me. You know what I mean? When you're walking in the neighborhood and you're by yourself, and it's okay if you want to be by yourself and just you're like, by yourself. But sometimes if you're feeling like a little bit meh, you see a neighbor and they say hello, and it really does put a pep in your step. And I'm in a place where I've gotten to know my neighbors, and we like look out for each other. Like we've shared food with each other. We've like done compra and like shared our excess. Compra is shopping, food shopping. And it's just amazing how God is just, have put that in me a long time ago, and it's just expanding, and I'm seeing the fruit of that manifesting. Okay, and so yes, some people can be shy, and you could have been hurt or rejected real bad, and something happened to you. You're just afraid to make new friends, but just pray about that. That God would just guide you into making new friends in the body of Christ, and just having fun, and just that the Lord would just restore to you the joy of your salvation, because it's just our joy comes from Him, right? And so you want to ask God to help you to bring that joy that comes from Him, to bring it to you, and start creating a happy life for yourself. You know what I mean? The life that you want to have. Okay? So yeah, I just came on here real quick to just share with that why we should not forsake hanging out with each other. It's yeah, Bible study's awesome, and learn the word together and worshiping. But you guys can have fun too. You know what I mean? It's like when you need to loosen up a little bit, and not in a bad way, but loosen up and have some fun. Okay, guys? All right. Bye bye.